It does seem, Katherine, like there's been some denials that this is actually what's happening.
Well, I think that the key here is that there's no immediate or actionable plans that are coming through. There has been a buildup of the Japanese-based bank, their stake in Jefferies. They have been very public about the partnership, and this is giving both banks exposure to both new countries, new business lines that they have tried to bolster up internally, but really working together. This is an immediate access point for Jefferies going into Asia and vice versa. You have SMBC immediately getting some of Jefferies' U.S.-based clients. So this has been a story that has been evolving and developing. What makes this moment in time interesting now is the pressure that Jefferies stock has been under. Jefferies stock has fallen before this news dropped. It was about a 36% decline in the year. And that's just because of all the headlines and all of the credit risks that the company has been caught up in. And so really what you're seeing here today is a lot of speculation around what does that mean for SMBC when they have this stake that they are gradually increasing to that 20% that they already had disclosed. The real question then becomes, will that go further? What does that mean for Jefferies? But I think that there's a lot of hurdles that are presented in terms of a full takeover of Jefferies. You have regulatory questions. You also have a lot of questions around the partnership right now is very amicable, and the two companies are working together. When you have a full takeover, that means that the management and the leaders in place would have to presumably change hands, or they would have to figure out an entirely new structure. So I believe, just based on the sources that I've talked to in the industry, that these are the types of things that really need to be worked out that make the plans for a takeover today very unlikely.
We do have Jefferies reporting earnings, I think, after the bell. Tomorrow, and they're seen lately as a bellwether for the rest of Wall Street. But as you mentioned, they've been caught up in a lot of things in a larger way, like First Brands, that the other big banks haven't really had the same stake in. So are we going to see those numbers come through in the earnings that they publish?
We already started to in last quarter. So yes, I do believe that there could be some updates in terms of other hits that this has taken to the business. But the company has also, over time, not just at earnings, but when these moments in the credit market do pop up, they've come forward publicly to disclose what the potential hit is. And that is to calm down investors in these moments of questions. How much of that money is actually going to go towards Jefferies' bottom line? And the bank has come forth and said, and been very, very clear on the millions and not anything that they couldn't handle. So it's really been an interesting time for Jefferies in that it's not just earnings that we've heard from them, but tomorrow will be a good indication of, outside of the asset management business, which is where some of these credit investments have popped up, we'll get some updates on trading, investment banking, and that is an indication of what we'll hear from the rest of Wall Street, the rest of the big U.S. banks that will be reporting in a few weeks. And so it's really going to be a moment in time to hear from the leaders of these banks and to see. We've been reporting on all the volatility, which is good for the trading desks. For investment banking, that's, I think, going to be a big question mark right now. Are some of these geopolitical risks slowing down the M&A? We might not see that in the results tomorrow, but the executives and what they have to say about the future is also going to be something that analysts will be closely watching.
It's like every year is the year of M&A, and then we question it a couple months in. Katherine, thank you so much for joining. We'll have you back on when those earnings come. Looking forward to that conversation. Katherine Doherty, and catch Bloomberg Deals every Wednesday at 12 p.m. New York time. We're going to be speaking with Goldman's head of M&A and ask these exact questions.